Alright, back out in the garage. Kind of continuation of last night. There's one of my split and stand legs. And there's one of my split and stand legs. The only thing left under it is the freaking bottle jack with this custom made thing right there. Come on. Why don't you want to go down? For check's sake. Anyhow, that's ready to come out. Oh, that was a little tight. Daggone. That'll hurt you. And it ought to go down, shouldn't it? Maybe it is down. I don't know. I got 2 bolts there to take out on this piece here. And then I'm surprised I didn't go down a little bit. Anyhow. Yeah, screw you. But I got this leg here. Yeah. Get the bolts and nuts back in that. And then, yeah. I think when we left off last time, we were still fighting bolts over here. I got those in. Those are tight. Everything's tight. Yeah, look at that. Power steering's back on. Power steering pump is back on. I get the bolts figured out. Bolts, nuts, and washers to get that done. Washer and nut to get that done. Then we can get the power steering lines hooked back up. Yeah. And then I got a big pipe plug. I don't know where the hell that came from. I don't know if it's because that's good. I don't know what it's from. Might be off the GLP radiator. I don't know. Anyhow, when I took power steering lines off, I put a zip tie on here and zip tied this one. Those go together, and the ones that don't have zip ties go together. And then when we get it all put together, somehow they're supposed to go over here, and there's a plate that bolts into the, well, you can't see it, there's a hole right there. Well, for chuck's sake, there's a hole right there, bolt goes in, holds those up against the deal. I did put a little tape around the wiring to kind of clean that up a little bit. So yeah, the old 302's coming together. My wife, God love her, is it done yet? Yeah, it's done. I just knocked tools off on the floor. Why not? Anyway, that's where we're at on the 302 Super. Front end's back on. Got a lot of loose ends and stuff to wrangle, dangle, and figure out and get it all back together. But yeah, we might be able to use this during hay season this year. Maybe. That's fingers crossed. Anyway, I'll be back. Alright, I really don't know where I ended up on the 66 302 on my last video, so I'm just gonna, we'll put all those together. And then we're starting this one new. Front end is back on, all the bolts are in and tight. I've got the air cleaner deal figured out. We just added some little steel spacers in there. Moved that out a little bit. Everything seems to be lining up pretty good. So I'm gonna call that good. I still have to take the air cleaner off to get the valve cover off so I can adjust the tappets once all that's done. But I've got a new coil on it. All the wires are hooked up. Everything's hooked up on the alternator. I got a new set of plugs to go in. They're up there in that orange box. Autolite 386s. Started working on, I got these lines all lined back out and tight. I've got this line here, power steering line that I got to get hooked up over on the pump side, and then there's another one that hooks up here that it needs a new hose, because that hose is pretty crappy, and I'm not really a big fan of this, but it seemed to work. So, but and then I ordered operator's manual and a repair catalog this morning, so I can figure out. I've got this black wire that comes off of the output off the alternator. I'm not really sure where up in there it goes, and then I've got all these wires here that are cut that I'm sure are all wiring for lights that I want to get figured out. So the operator's manual has a wiring diagram. Mike Moeller down in Texas is sending me that and a repair parts catalog for the straight 302s, not the 302 Super, but there are a few minor changes, maybe some power steering, I don't know. Very minor changes. It's going to be close enough. So anyhow, yeah, it's coming together. I've started cleaning the platform off. I got to get the fender cleaned off, do something with the yeah, that's the umbrella cover for our little shuttle wagon for the shows, and then I want to start buffing sheet metal. Should have been doing that this winter when there wasn't any, anything going on out here in the shop. Our garage could have been here buffing sheet metal, but I didn't. So get that buffed. I'm thinking about seriously maybe pulling this piece of trim off. I think it's just 4 bolts, and then I can straighten the black out, repaint that, maybe even repaint the white. I don't know. We'll see what happens when I get it off. I don't know if soaking that in evapor rust would bring the white back or not. I don't know, but gotta finish hooking up, getting hydraulic lines straightened out. Yeah, this is the one I want to replace. You can see it's cracked and not very good. So anyhow, and I also wandered way back here into the depths of the garage. Went to local Napa with a core battery, and we got a new battery. That one should be really handy around the farm. It's a really small physical size. I didn't look to see how many cranking amp it's got, but hopefully with that small size we'll be able to get it in and out of quite a few of the battery boxes on all the different tractors. So yeah, looking forward to getting this thing to where I'm just polishing sheet metal. Well, anyhow, oh yeah, trim for the dining room that I still got to sand. That's like a 10 or 12 foot long board, single piece of baseboard. It's freaking amazing. It might be 15 feet, I don't know. I'll bet it's 15, because maybe even 20. I don't know. It's huge. Anyway, 302 Super. I'll be back. Alright, 66 U302 Super. Changed the oil. Put a filter on it. Went to crank it. Still no plugs. Went to crank it just to make sure we had oil pressure, and nothing. Tried. Ended up putting the old oil filter back on it, thinking, well, maybe there was something wrong with the new filter. Still nothing. I actually took the fitting loose on the back of the sending unit, cranked, and finally I got oil coming there. I do have oil coming up to the and stuff, so it's pumping oil. I just don't know why it doesn't have any pressure. So what happens? Turn it like this, you can see. All right, where's the gauge? So there's the oil pressure gauge. Turn the key on one click, and it comes up a little bit, and then as soon as I start cranking, it goes down, and then it comes back up that little bit. So that's the off position. That's on. That's cranking. I don't understand. I don't know. I don't know if my sending unit's gone bad, maybe? I don't know. I got my multimeter out. We're gonna play around with seeing if there's an issue with that. I don't know. it's got oil. So, not real sure why I got oil there. Hope that's from dripping off the dipstick as many times as I had it in and out. Anyway, yeah, that's kind of where I'm at for now. Alright, still on 66 302 Super, messing with the old low oil pressure issue. I did go ahead and put the new oil filter back on, which appears to be leaking like the old one did, until I cranked it down way stupid tight. Anyhow, that's back on. But so down there where the sending unit's at, we'll try this. We'll see what happens. I don't know. Yeah, with the new oil filter, we're still not getting any oil out there. The old oil filter we did. I don't get it. Anyhow, put my finger in one of the freaking holes while I was cranking it, and she went boosh, blew my face. It's got some compression. If I get the oil pressure built, can't wait to hear her fire up and see what she's got. Anyhow, yeah, I'll be back. Alright, I put the new oil filter back on, and after cracking it open and spinning them a little bit to kind of prime it, I got oil spewing everywhere out of the filter. So then we tried again later, spun it some more, still no oil pressure. So I did go ahead and take air cleaner off, so I get the valve cleaner off because of that interference thing we talked about earlier. And when I crank it, I get oil bubbling up out of all the places, so it's pumping oil. Cracked the fitting down here again. Actually took it loose and let it hang down, cranked it over, and I had a stream of oil coming out, so it's definitely pumping, but I'm still not building pressure. So I've either got a bad sending unit or a bad gauge, not sure. I'll be back. Alright, so more testing in place. I got the multimeter hooked up. It's kind of grounded up there against that. It does work. Anyhow, we're gonna zoom in on the readings from the multimeter. So right now, ignition off. If I take the red lead here, touched on the output of the pressure sender thing, pressure transducer, whatever you want to call it, I get nothing. Why did I get nothing? I had some. Alright, so that works. Alright, so go there. I should have something there. Why nothing? Why you got nothing? Alright, so that's kind of thing. Huh. Well, now I'm confused. There should be, yeah, continuity. Why nothing? Well, alright, tell me what I'm going to do. I'm going to slide over here, out of the way. Whoa, I bumped you. You can't see what I'm doing. Keep you in focus. Look there. We'll keep that on the transducer. We'll see what happens. Yeah, so when I started cranking, you saw it. We had some continuity, and the continuity was dropping, which I would assume would imply pressure's going up. But the gauge didn't do nothing, so I don't know. I don't get it. I don't understand. I'm assuming maybe, I don't know, that if I understand the way the pressure transducer's working, that's supposed to be right. Maybe we got a bad gauge connection. I don't know. But oh, that's some rough footage right there. Yeah. We'll let go of it there for Chelsea. Yeah. 302 Super. No oil pressure issues. If you guys got any ideas, leave a comment. I hate to be this guy. Like, subscribe, tell your friends and family, your cousins, neighbors, whatever. I don't care. I don't have enough activity on my channel to make money on it, so I don't care what you do. Anyhow, I'll be back.